would have been used against him because so many of the things he spent money on, he disguised in business expenses in his taxes, but in his book, he talked about it being a personal reset unrelated to business. Joe Ziegler said, I would have used his book against him. It would have been a big amount of impeachment material against the president's son.
Wow, so it was in writing there.
Yeah.
You know, John, I want to ask you also about the special counsel. There seems to be a big weight today because the grand jury was meeting today. Potentially, the January 6 charges could be coming against President Trump at any moment from Jack Smith's grand jury.
Yeah, listen, I think everyone's watching. I know of some witnesses that are going before the grand jury or being interviewed in the next coming couple
All right, let me turn this thing off.
That maybe an indictment won't be.
All right. Oh, look, the heart is back. Oh, we got the heart back. The heart is back. %. All right. And hello, everybody. My name is Danny. I'm located in Yonkers, New York. And I'm back. It's been almost a month. But a couple of things happened. Actually, first thing was my last live stream. After that was July 4th. So I enjoyed July 4th. You know, it was really good. I had people come over. We had a nice little barbecue and all that stuff. And then right after that, I started going under the weather. For a week, I had eye issues. My eyes were itching really bad, and there was every time I would rub them, and I put eye drops, you name it. Even had my eyes swollen. My eyes were swollen. I didn't know what it was at the time. I thought I had an infection. Okay, what happened here with the chat disconnected? What is going on with this? Wow. Okay. So, you know, by me putting cold compress, I was actually doing the opposite. I was actually creating the blockage. So that didn't work. So basically put a warm pack and that helped. And then I was good. So I was ready to come back about a week after that. And then all of a sudden I had a cold for the whole week. I had a cold. You know, so last couple of weeks after July 4th, all I had was the eye issue, and then I had a cold. So it was like, you know, now one thing was another. So finally, this last week and a half, I've been better. So right now, I just say, you know what, for the next couple of weeks, I'm just gonna, you know, relax a little bit. I brought up a whole bunch of stuff. I took all the cabling from the basement. I have it right here. I have 3 bundles of cable over there. So I'm ready to start throwing down the antenna wire from up here. And I'll show you. I have all this wires. All this bundling. All these cables. As you can see. So now I'm ready to do that. And this is for my window. This is going to be the, oh, I need to sand this too. This is going to be the pass-through. I have to drill a hole. And then I'm going to put a PVC on each end like an elbow. And I'm going to put this on the window. I'm going to make a video on this. But I want to sand it first because it's really, I'm going to sand it a little bit. And I'm repurposing this wood. This is going to be my pass-through for the window when I run all my cabling through here. You know, there's quite a few cables. I don't want to buy the MFJ. You know, MFJ sells one. I see people make their own, but I don't want to make a thin one and put different connectors on it. I don't need that. I could just use this, and I'll cut out the PVC pipe that I'm using is a 1.5 inch. So I'm gonna cut out a 1.5 inch circle here, and I'm gonna have the elbow. I'm gonna put a small piece of PVC. I'm gonna have elbows on both sides, facing down, because obviously I don't want the water to come in. You want to face them down, and that's what I'm gonna put my wires through. If I need another one, I could drill another one. You know what I mean? But that PVC it should hold about most of my cables that are coming in. Right now I have about 5 that I'm gonna bring in, at least 5. So that one should be fine for that. If I need to do another one, I'll just drill another hole next to it, and I can put another PVC, whatever, and bring them through there. And then once I get the wires through the PVC, I'm just gonna put it like plastic. Some people put foam in there. I'm not doing all that. I just put plastic, a bunch of plastic bags in there and seal it, so that way no bugs won't come in through there and no draft, because it's gonna be there all year round. I'm gonna anchor this into that window, and I'm gonna make a video on that and show you how I'm doing it. Is it pretty? Is it pretty? No, it's not gonna be pretty looking, but it's gonna do the job. Because the alternative is I don't want to, this more, for me, it's a non-destructive type pass-through. Because in case I ever do rent out the room in the future, not now, but maybe in a couple of years or whatever, once I'm, move downstairs or whatever, or somebody needs, I could take that out 1, 2, 3, and that's it. I could, I don't want to drill a hole through my brick and put a box. I don't want to do all that. I don't really want to do it. It's not necessary. So this pass-through should work fine. And you'll see when it's pretty practical. I looked for plans online about it. I have not seen anything like this. Usually people do the whole they try to duplicate the MFJ one, which is MFJ with the SO239s and stuff like that. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to. Dave Scheffler, hello. Good idea. Those MFJ boards have plugins on both sides, right? Are they? That's another thing. Exactly. I don't want to create another loss, another point of contact. It's not necessary because I want my cables to run straight into my switch, my antenna switch. So exactly, you're right, Dave. That's another reason I don't want to I don't want another point where I can have a loss. And it's not, for me, it's not necessary. I mean, they look nice. Of course, I seen them a few years ago. I thought about buying one, but again, at the time I didn't have that many wires, and this time now I don't have that because some of them have like 5 or 6 of them, and they all most of my wires are BNC. I have like my bundle that two of them are PL259. The other one is BNC. I have another BNC wire that I'm going to bring, and I have another one that's SMA, and that's for the MFJ, MFJ MLA 30, which I have a stock version of it. So they're all going to be different. And I even going to bring up just regular 75 ohm F connector for my FM, and even for TV. So in this case, I could just, I'm going to have one. It's going to have about 5 of them going in there. PVC, right? If I need another one, I can just make another one right next to it. If I need more, if I have room for expansion, And is it going to be as nice looking as MFJ? No, but it's practical. It's going to do the job. And, and the same thing, once I put that up there, I got to seal it, especially the top. There's going to be a gap because the window's going to be open. I'm going to seal that, just put something in there. And it'll work. And I'll make a video on it because I just ordered the whole saw. I got it yesterday, so I'm going to put that together. But before I do that, I want to sand this down with an orbital sand. I want to clean it up a little bit, and then I'll make the video on that. And then I'm gonna build it, and then later on I'll either stain it or I'll just paint it, whatever. Because I want to build that first before I start running the wires in here. And yeah, So yeah, so I looked around for wood. So that's an old piece of wood that I had over there in the kitchen. It was an old shelf. It's a little sticky because it had, I guess it. So I need to sand it down and. So yes, yeah, exactly, Dave. Those MFJ. Exactly. I didn't want that because like you mentioned, I don't want any more loss. I really want them. My antennas are very close. Actually, in the second floor, they're going to be a lot closer now. I think I may even eliminate the 75 feet one, get rid of that one, and get a 50 footer because there should be shorter cable runs. I still have a couple of them outside. I have the MFed one that has LMR 400, and that one is right outside. That's the only one I can't bundle up and put in because it's very rigid. But as soon as I put that there, that's the first antenna I'm going to bring in here is the NFed. So I can start transmitting again. I can start, doing my FT8 and all that. So, and yeah, I looked into that, and that I believe they're around. Well, last time I checked, I think they were around $70, $80, and they have several models. They have one with only a few of them. They have one that have more, but I didn't want to go that route. It's not necessary for me. For me, it'll work. The PVC idea was going to work. It's a short piece of PVC. I'm going to have an elbow on one end facing down. On the outside, it's going to be facing down because obviously when it rains, I don't want water to go in there. And then on this end, I'm probably going to have it facing up so all the wires could come out like that. And then I'll just run them down here. And then the antenna switches are going to be anchored into the, unlike I had downstairs, I had to anchor them to the shelf. I didn't have to do it. Over here, I'm going to anchor them into the wood frame that's at the bottom of this wall. There's like a big molding. I'll show you. Let me show you. So I'm gonna have my antenna switches anchored down there. That outlet is dead. That outlet is that's an old you can tell that's an old 1930s outlet. That's old. But you see that wood? I can use that wood to anchor my antenna switches. So they're gonna be, mounted right there, and I'm gonna solid. So, and then also on this end, I took down all that wood that I had in the basement. I was thinking about building a shelf, like a bookshelf type thing, like kind of recreate what I had in the basement and put it here. And I can have my transceivers here. But I don't know if I don't even need to do that. I think I'm gonna bring the second one of these up. And then I'll put that one here. And then here, I'll probably I'll keep this metal one because all these radios are going to go to the other one. And then I'll free up what I have here. I can use my transceivers. But this shelf is metal and it's pretty strong. Because not only transceiver, but those power supplies are pretty heavy. And I haven't bought the 50 amp one that I'm going to buy. And that one is heavy. They weigh quite a bit. So I need something, this steel shelf can hold that. Because and then of course later on the Icon 7300, the IAC 7300. But yeah, definitely the power supply for that is gonna be beefy, and it weighs quite a bit. So that's why I was thinking about recreating, bring that wood up and make kind of a bookshelf. It's very thick wood too, or use this one. And I'm not great at carpenter. I'm not a great carpenter, but I can see myself building. I'm looking at it and thinking about building a bookshelf. No, I'm gonna look into that too. Of course, right now I'm in the second floor, so I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I should look into that too. Yeah, I should look into that. That's interesting. Do I have a fly in here? Something flying around here. Yeah. And also, right now it's July 25th. It's been pretty warm here, and of course, nothing compared to what you guys got in the south or in the west coast. The heat wave is really bad. So, of course, my air conditioner is not here. My air conditioner is in the basement. So, that's why I also a couple of days I wanted to come up here and do a stream, but it was too warm up here. And until I get myself a second air conditioner that I can put here. But I mean, we're already toward the end of July, so I figured another few weeks in August, and then we'll be Labor Day, and then over here in Yonkers, it's okay. It's not. I can't. I can't complain about the heat. We haven't had anything like what some people got in the. I mean, we're talking about people that is it Phoenix or somewhere in Arizona? I think it had like 39 straight days of 100 plus, which is insane. That's wow. I saw it this morning. I was watching the news, and I'm like, I think today, if they go over 100 today, it's gonna break the record. No, not Phoenix. Tucson. Is it Tucson? It's somewhere in Arizona that 39 straight days with 100 degrees or over, which is insane. Wow. And of course, I know in Europe there's also heat waves. It's crazy. It's like I joke around with my wife. I say, hey, I think the end of the world is near because it's crazy weather. And then over here, I don't know if Paul is watching. I hope he was okay. I hope he didn't get flooded in Vermont. Over here, we had that day that we have to have flooding up here. I was lucky. We didn't get any flooding in the basement. My pump kicked in, and I was pumping. It was pumping out that water, and no water in my basement. But 20 miles up north, they had 9 inches of rain in 3 hours. 3 hours, 9 inches of rain, and they were inundated. It was like flood, crazy. And then that storm went to Vermont, and Vermont got hit bad that time. This weather's crazy. Hello, my radio DX sir. How's it going? Long time no see. Yeah, I'm still trying to get my shack back up here. So I was just talking about I was bringing all my cables up here. I'm gonna build my pass through in the next couple of days. I just got the hole saw, so I'm gonna build my window pass through. I'm gonna drill a hole here. I'm gonna put my PVC. I'm gonna run all my antenna wire through here on the window. It's gonna be mounted permanent, and then I'm gonna close the window on top of it, and then I'm gonna seal it. Well, I'm not gonna seal it right now because it's in the summertime. I'm still gonna be bringing wires, but once it's finalized for over the winter, then I'm gonna seal it. Only for because of, obviously the draft, cold weather, but not anytime soon. I'm not gonna go back in the basement anytime soon because even though I finally installed a pump on where the boiler is at, the boiler room. I have a pump there now, a sump pump, and it's working well. I mean, but I'm ripping out the floor because remember I said before that the wooden floor got damaged of the flooding that we had in the basement over and over. So all that rotted wood is coming out. So I've been taking all that rotted wood out of there. So once I take all that wood out, I have to assess the walls. And if the walls need to be demoed, then I'm going to be out of business in the basement for at least a year or two. Because, as I'm a one-man guy, remodeling a whole basement. All right, right now the missus the board of directors approved that I can use this as a shack. So she's allowing me to use it as a shack. I'm bringing everything up here. The only reason why I like up here because peace of mind. I know nothing's gonna get damaged here in terms of flooding. The problem with the basement is there's always that chance that you're gonna get that once in 100-year flood, and my basement will be like 3 or 4 feet underwater or more, and I'll lose everything. It'll be a catastrophic loss. So that's why I don't know if I want to go back down to the basement anyway. Only because of that. Like I said a few weeks ago, right 20 miles from me, a little over about 20 miles away, they had almost 9 inches of rain in 3 hours. Had that would have happened here, my basement would have been in the water. Probably a couple of feet underwater at least, even with the pump. So I'm thinking, I know I miss the coziness down there, but at least I'm peace of mind right now. I know up here, there's no chance that my equipment is going to get damaged, other than lightning, which we have no control over that. But in terms of flooding, I'm safe up here, and that's the problem with the basement. It was too many close calls. It was too many close calls. To the point that one time I did get water in the basement, and it was a puddle. It was a nice sizable puddle in the basement, but it never got beyond that. And I was backbreaking that whole night with the shop vac, getting that water out of the basement. So this time I invested money. I said I put a sump pump in the back. It's a nice big one. I did all the plumbing on it, and it's been working well. We just had rain today, and my basement is dry. But I have the pump on standby. I even control it with Alexa. I could just, from up here, I could say, you know what, turn on the, whatever, Alexa, turn on outlet number 1, and it'll kick in my pump. Remotely, I could do it from anywhere. So, but so far so good. That pump has been working like a champ. But I still don't feel safe to bring all this back down to the basement. So, and eventually I will put a second pump toward the front, the other side of the basement. But that's a whole nother, I still need to I still have a lot of equipment on there. I have stereo equipment. I have records. I have crates of records. I need to bring all that stuff up here because I'm gutting out that floor. And then I will see what happens after that. So yeah, this is going to be, I'm going to be up here for at least a year or two. At least a year. That is my plan. Hello, Michael. TV Radio 1972. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, a bunch of things. After July 4th, I had a good July 4th, and then I had the eye issue. I had itchy eyes and all that. I even got swollen, like somebody decked me. But, it was nothing. Thank God it wasn't no eye infection or nothing. It healed. But it took about a few days and it healed. Then I had a cold. I had a cough. I had all this nastiness. I don't know why. I think what happened was when I had all those people come over, I think when all those people came over from July 4th, somebody brought something. Somebody got us all sick. My son was sick. I was sick. My wife was sick. Somebody, we had about 20 people. So somebody came and I got sick. So the last week and a half, I've been fine. It's just I said, you know what? Now that I'm healed, let me relax for another week. And then I've been bringing stuff up here. I brought a lot of stuff up here. It's a lot. I have bags. I have all the stuff right here. I got cables. I got all this. Oh, it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Am I ready to exit? Okay, thought you maybe go back down again. No, it's looking better. The reason why I like it, I have more space. I have more space up here. I definitely have more space up here than the basement, that little basement room that I had. You know, the ceiling was right here. I can literally touch the ceiling. Here it's a lot taller. You know, I still have a lot of. I still have to bring two more of these units. The shelf unit. I'm gonna have one here, and the third one is gonna go over there for my vintage computer equipment and all that. And I may put up another shelf right there. I don't know yet. And I still have I can still store some stuff up here. And yeah, so I'm gonna start working on the pass through. I did some of it yesterday. I cut the wood. I cut the wood for the pass through. I just got the hole saw in the mail yesterday. So now I'm gonna drill the hole. I got the PVC, but I'm gonna sand this down first, and I'll make a video on that on how to put all this together. Then I'm gonna put it on the window, and I'm gonna start running wires, all my cables into there. And like I said, I'm gonna have one first. That one's gonna have about 5 or 6 lines going in there. And if I need more expansion, I could do a second one, and so on. Or I may just do a couple of them anyway, separate them. Say, this one is gonna be all the HF antenna wires coming in here. This one will be I don't know, VHF, UHF, whatever. I don't know, or something. So this is what's gonna go in the window. It's a little bit wide, you know, but you know, it'll work. You know, I looked around to see if I get any ideas on that, but nobody has even thought about that. So I guess when I make this video, because I don't want to do like the MFJ. I don't want to do like the MFJ one where you have the you know, all these connectors on there, because it's not necessary. I don't need that. I just need one big 1.5 inch. Gonna put the PVC on it so I can bring them through, and I'm gonna put the elbow facing down so water doesn't go in there, and I'm gonna use that. Where's the CC pocket? Yeah. Yes, Michael, that's the 219, but that is the the 9 kilohertz one. That's not the North American version. That's the original one. Hello, Glenn Dansler. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. No, just a bunch of things happened. After July 4th, my eyes started bothering me. I'm telling you, I think one of the guests came over and they brought, I don't know what happened. I don't know if they brought something, and we all got cold and sniffling and all this nonsense. And so, because I had like 20 people here for July 4th. I had a nice barbecue. Everybody had a good time. I lit those fireworks. I put on had a show. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I seen you got the 10 kilohertz one. I was thinking about getting it, but I have the 9-1 and I don't really use it, so I didn't want to I mean, if XJZ they want to send me one, then you know what? They're welcome to send me one. You're welcome to send me one. Just saying. But yeah. Yeah, I know it goes up to 17. I seen that. I seen your video. I saw somebody else had that thing. There was another person that had it recently, and I think Titleberg maybe has that one too. I'm thinking it's Tyler. Yeah. So anyway, I know they came out with the North American one because I talked about that on my last stream. Now, I was thinking about getting it, but I don't want to buy it if I didn't want to buy it if it's a nice little radio. It's nice. I like it. Let me get it without knocking everything off. Okay, let me just no reach up there. I don't want to. Oh, turn off the Sony. Yeah, I mean it is a nice radio. Pretty good. SH data. There you go. So yeah, I know it's 1710, which is cool. So yeah, so that's another thing too. Of course, we're in July now. I know there's a heat wave all over this. And I can't complain because we haven't hit 100 yet here. I'm not gonna complain about that. But I don't have an air conditioner up here either. So when I do the live stream up here, I have to make sure that it's right now. See, look, I'm already forehead is shining already. I don't have air conditioner up here. That's the other thing. I sleep in the basement. I still have my bed down there. I sleep down there too. My AC that's priority. My AC got to be down there. Hello, Jim's radio check from hot, smoky Chicago, 90 degrees. Yeah, I know you're getting the heat wave too. Wow. Yeah, I know. I think after a couple of days, something like that. Yeah, I know we're gonna start getting 90s. We're gonna start getting hotter. Yeah. Well, that's what I've been getting lately. We've been getting a lot of rain here. I have to mow the lawn again. I mowed it right before July 4th, and it's been raining. And like I said, the week before we had that storm that it really walloped. I know Vermont got hit hard with that storm. The generator, yeah, finally got some rain. The lawn is green. I had to cut it. Yeah, I know I got to cut mine. And we just got rain now. We just so maybe tomorrow if it doesn't rain or whatever. Because I also took down my loop antennas over here because I put my flag there for July 4th. So now I'm gonna relocate my loops. I'm gonna build a mount somewhere on the other side, and I'm gonna put one of them there. And but I'm telling you, after July 4th, I don't know what happened. Somebody must have came in and my eyes. I thought I had pink eye at first. Then I wasn't that. It was no infection, thank God. It was just something. I just had to put a hard cold press and it started going away. And then I had the sneezing and the sniffle and the stuffy and all that. Oh my God, for like a few days. It was like, well, forget about it. My radio said the UK has been spared from the European heat wave. It's a bit warmer today, but still more like spring weather. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I know Europe too. It's been bad. It's like I know of course, I watch the news, but it's kind of like but I know there is a heat wave. There's a heat wave out there too. Yeah. So once I get this pass through, I should hopefully by tomorrow. I got the orbital to sand. I'm gonna sand it first. I got the hole saw. I just got that yesterday. I ordered it through Amazon. So I'm gonna make a video on that. I'm not gonna make a video on drilling the hole. I don't want to do all that. That's just want to show you how I made it and how I'm gonna put it in the window. And I'm gonna put it with a couple of screws, most likely, and that's it. And it'll hold it. And I can start running all my wires through there. And that's it. I don't want to buy no MFJ branded window pass through, or like what Dave mentioned earlier. First of all, I don't need all those connectors. And second of all, I don't want to run a wire, run on this, and then I got to get another pigtail wire for this side, and it's going to create loss. I don't want that. I don't need that. It's not necessary. So I want to run the wire straight into my shack and then it's going to be hooked up to the switch. And then the switch, I'll hook it up to this radio or this radio, you know. I don't want to break the connection through a window pass through, and then I don't want to do that. And I know some people mention, I seen some that they use like the flat. Let me take it out of the bag. Do I have a? Oh, I have a. I know some people use these. I mean, this one is not for. This is more for, you know, obviously F connector type, 75 ohm. Sometimes people use these to put them through the window. But I have like 5 or 6. I don't want to have each of these for different types. I don't, you know, I'm not a fan of these. This is good for, like, you know, they work. But, you know, I'm going to have like a whole bunch of them. So I didn't want to go through that route. Like I can get one for the SO239. I can get one for, you know, I don't want to do all that. I want to have a pass through. I can just, because I'm always changing different antennas and all that stuff. And I'm gonna try different antennas. I'm gonna get more antennas. I'm still looking at the ADSB antenna that I was thinking about picking up the other day. I was gonna buy it. It's the you know, not the one that I have here, but it comes in a weather protected thing. I can make one. I don't, but you know, and I want to be able to have the freedom to, you know, like I said with this pass through. If I gonna have one here, right, 1.5-inch hole with the PVC, that's probably gonna accommodate about 5 cables going in. And then, you know, if I get too cramping there for the rest. If I need expansion, I'll drill another hole and put another PVC with 2 elbows. I could run a few more. You see what I'm saying? I could expand. And I'm gonna, you know, it's not like I'm gonna have 20 wires coming in here. I'm thinking the most is probably 6. You know, last time because in the basement, I think the most I got into the room was about 6 different wires. But even if I needed to go up to 7 or 8, you know, I'll just drill a second one, and then PVC, and then I could just use that. Or like I said earlier, I could use one. I'll use one for dedicated HF antenna wires going through there, and then this one will be VHF, UHF, or whatever, you know, things like that. You know, because I'm not a fan of these. I know. In fact, these I know there is some loss. I know Antenna Man. These are for TV, for FM, you know, whatever. But I know even Antenna Man, he tested these out, and these do create loss because this is you know, imagine me running LMR 400 or LMR 240, and then I got to resort to this to pass it through. You know, it's not gonna work. Plus, this is 75 ohm. I mean, you know, the 50 ohm for that one. They sell these for those. But I don't want to go. I don't want to do all that. And again, it's not necessary. I want to run it straight into my switch. So I don't mind leaving the window and just put that, and then I can seal the window, and you know. So that's what I want to do. And see if it works. You know, if it works, and there'll be another video. And that's another thing, Jim. And that's another antenna I'm gonna put up, the CB. I want to put up my CB whip, and I want to dedicate the wire, the cable for that to my CB radio. So my Uniden 980 SSB, I want to have that one dedicated to that. I don't want to hook the disco to that one. I want to hook that one to the 102-inch CB whip, which will be nice. I'll dedicate that for that. Yeah. So let me go over here. James Radio Check. I really like the HH Data D219 good shortwave radio for its size. Yeah. TV radio 1972. Unfortunately, I'm not in a good area for cheap SW radios. Powerful FM and AM stations in my area overload on the shortwave band. Depending on where the antenna's pointed good on AM and FM, especially for 10. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's so cheap, right? It's like $10. I paid what was that? I think I paid like 13. Right, I think it was like 13 and change. I paid for this one. I bought it from eBay. This one I got it from eBay. Yeah, it was about 13 and change. I don't know. I'll look into it. I don't know. If they want to send me one, or I'll put it on my wish list on Amazon. See, I'll put it on the wish list. And I want to hook up my SDRs too. So I'm telling you, man. What happened was I got so comfortable down there with the shack, and all of a sudden, then when I had that flood scare, that's it. I said, no, I gotta move. I gotta move all my stuff up here. I just can't take that chance. And all the stuff goes underwater. Oh my god, I'll be devastated. Ugh. I feel for those people that they be like, the shack got hit by lightning or something, and they lost all their. Oh man. Yeah. TV shortwave stations are possible if I can null out the AM. Yeah, I know that's it. I get the same problem here with the AM overload, but for me it varies. I mean, so if I'm outside in the backyard, I'm okay. Especially in the evening, I do most of my listening in the evening for shortwave. I don't listen to much in the daytime. I listen to more in the evening. So T-Rating 1972, mine was $9.47 plus tax after 12% off coupon and Amazon. Oh, cool. Yeah, wow, that's under $10 this radio. Okay, it's nice. It's really nice. $10. Yeah, I know. Exactly, Jim. I was better off getting out of the basement so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, because that's what happened. That night it was raining and it kept raining, but thank God it wasn't like if it would have been something like 3 inches an hour for a prolonged period of time, even just 3 inches of rain per hour, that don't sound like a lot, but it is. And it was only for a few hours. It was maybe 3 inches an hour for no, what it was. It was 5 inches of rain in a little over an hour and a half, something like that, like 2 hours. You got water right away. Of course, I didn't have the pump. I didn't have no pump back then, and that's another thing. I say no, I'm gonna implement the pumps. I'm gonna start doing that. So far, the pump has been working well. So, but yeah, I couldn't do it anymore. I said no, and I have all my vintage computer equipment down there. I'm gonna bring that up too. I have to bring that up too. Amiga 500 computer, my other Commodore computers down there. I have 55-inch 55-inch TV. Eventually, I'm gonna bring some of that stuff up here. So it's gonna get cramped in here too, but I'll sleep better at night knowing that my equipment is up here. And my server rack stuff, I don't know how I'm gonna bring that up. I need to take that apart. I may put it in that corner right there. My rack server with my computer equipment and all that. Because that's my data. That's every upload. That's basically every video I ever made, even the unedited versions of all these videos that you see uploaded. They're all in the servers, backed up in different servers. I'm talking about terabytes of data. And plus I got family stuff there. I got family videos, photos. And right now that server is downstairs. And that server gets flooded. That's it. All of my data is gone. And I mean, I did back it up on external, excuse me. Also. I did back it up on external drives, but yeah, and I need to. That's the problem with the basements, and I lived in basements even when I was in the Bronx. I lived in basements pretty much almost all my life. Most of my life, I lived in the basement. Because a lot of people don't want to take the basement. I said, no, I'll take the basement because they wanted a room upstairs. I said, no, I'll take the basement. I got more room in the basement, but there's always issues. But I mean, knock on wood, thank God I never had a major, like when I watch these people get flooded, like the whole basement is underwater and the water's on the first floor. I never had it like that. I mean, thank God. But it's scary. The anxiety level goes through the roof. Every time you look at your stuff and you're like, oh my God, this water's coming into my basement. I had to do something. I said, no, I had to. Because prior to me coming up here, somebody was going to take this room. We were about to rent this room out. One of her co-workers was interested in this room. So she came here to look at the room with her mother. And they were roommates, they were gonna stay here temporarily for a few months, I guess, or a year, whatever. If they would have taken this room, I would have been out of luck. I would have had to take that room. And that room is tiny. That room is a lot smaller than this room. I would have been out of luck. Nowhere to go. So when they didn't take this room, she told me. She said, well, you better take this room before I change my mind and we're gonna rent it out to somebody else. So I ran up here. I cleaned this sucker right here. I said, no, I'm moving up here. That's it. When you fix up the basement, you rent out the basement if you want to rent it out. Yeah, it's stressful, y'all. But I mean, and it's not a flood zone around here. It's not nothing like that. I mean, it's not nothing like that. But we had close calls this last couple of years. I don't want to say climate change or whatever. I'm not going to get into that debate. But I know the last few years it's been getting crazy. The weather, a lot more rain. When it rains, we get more rain. Like last few years, we had historic. What happened in New York City 3 years ago in Queens? There was a whole bunch of basements that got flooded, and a few people died. And then what happened here a couple of weeks ago, right up here? What is it? Mail Pack up there, Stony Point, which is only 20 miles away. They got flooded. And then what happened in Vermont? That storm went to Vermont and devastated. You seen the videos of Vermont? They were especially in the capital. It was underwater. That's the same storm that went through here. So yeah, I know that's what I was saying. El Nino. Now all this is being called by El Nino. Of course, I heard otherwise. Somebody tweeted. I'm not going to even mention who it is because she's an idiot. She's a criminal. She should be in jail. And she tweeted that basically she blamed Republicans on that. She's moronic, this woman. I swear to God. Thank God she never became president. Moron. Yeah, I know, right? The water temperature in Florida, 101 degrees. Wow. Because I know it was like 90s. This was like a week ago. The water temperature was like in the 90s. I'm like, what? So they just recorded water temperature off the coast of Florida of 101. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my God. And a couple of nights ago, I was watching, I was watching YouTube, but it was the History Channel. It was about what happens if the Earth, um, you know, leaves this orbit, the orbit around the sun, and it starts moving closer to the sun. So it was all these scenarios that the first few days, the weather's gonna be warmer, and then like like in a few weeks went by, we were getting closer to the sun. Then it went up to like 140 degrees in the equator. Like if you lived in the equator, you wasn't gonna live long. So people had started migrating away from the equator because of the heat. And then it was like 100 days, getting closer to 100 days out of the Earth left the orbit. Oh my God, it was crazy. And it finally culminated with the Earth is right there and the sun is right here. And then, but by then life was already gone anyway. Now I started thinking about it. I'm like, my God, like some of these places it feels like that. Like I think didn't they break the record already in the hottest? What it was the hottest temperature in recorded. I think it was Death Valley, right? It was like 100 and I forgot what was it like 130? Some ridiculous. So I guess it was threatening. They were talking about breaking the record, but it didn't happen though. But oh my God, like, and like I said earlier, 39 days in a row. I believe it was Phoenix or Tucson, one of those cities in Arizona. I think it was Tucson because I was watching a Fox weather thing earlier. 39 days in a row of over 100 degrees. And I think today, if they go over 100 today, they would have broke it today. It tied the record. 39 days in a row. Wow. That is crazy. All right, I'm going to stand up now because it's 53 minutes in, and let's see. Let me do the standing position. There you go. Yeah, nice dry heat, exactly. Oh my God. I know when I went to Vegas, oh my God, it was like the worst. I was like, I'm going to turn off this light because this is kind of bright in here. There you go. Yeah, it's dry heat, which is like the worst. When I went to Las Vegas, this was like in 2008. 2000, no, 2000 and, well, no, it was 2008. It was a year. I think it was 2010. My wife and I, we went to Las Vegas. Oh my God, it was like, and we went in the summer. We went in the summer, like in June. It was like 100. Even at night, it was just 90s at night. Just, oh my God. Just going, we would just be in the casino, just go in the casino where it's air conditioned. But walking around, and we did everything at night. All day, we slept all day. Well, in my case, I went to the bar after, well, we slept all morning, afternoon. Then we finally go eat. And then a couple of times I would just go to they had like open bar. You had, for like, all you can drink, a draft beer. So you got to pay like one time, like $20. I forgot what it was. They give you a bracelet. And as long as you stay in the bar gambling, playing video poker, they can give you, keep them coming. Keep it coming. So they will, bring me a, what do you want? Course Light. Okay, Course Light. Bring them. for like 3 hours. I'm watching all these games on all these sporting events, and like all you can drink for like $20. We were staying at that hotel, the Stratosphere. That's the one that with the tallest one with the Space Needle. That's the one we were staying in. So it was like all you can drink for like $25. I forget. I think it was like $25. It was like from 6 o'clock to like, oh yeah, no, it's like from 6 to 10. So of course I didn't make it till 10. I started at 6, but by not even 8 o'clock, I was already okay. That's it. 6 to 10, forget it. Not even 8 o'clock. I was already okay. Because you sit there, you play video poker. Because they got the video poker tables on the bar right there. All the slot machines. They all over. Even in the airport, they have slot machines. So I'm just playing my video poker. I'm playing like pennies, because that way you can play a long time without losing your money. So they would see me playing. They're like, "You want another one? Yeah, give me another one." You right on. Give me another one. What you want? Course Light? Yeah, give me another one. And I'm there playing video poker. My wife is still upstairs sleeping, and I'm like, because we don't go outside till the evening because it's too hot. In daytime, you feel it. You feel like you feel your back. The sun like hot, like you could cook like an egg off your skin. So in the daytime, we tried like the first day just to walk around. I said, nah, we're going back in the hotel. It's too hot. It's too hot to walk around. But at night is when everybody comes out. Everybody's out in the evening because it's hot. It's still hot, but it's you don't got the sun cooking you. Yep. So 58 minutes in the books. And 9 people watching, 8 likes. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I know it's a little bit unannounced today. And I'm not gonna set a schedule yet because it says, because it's a lot of work to still be done. I'm gonna bring the other unit up here, and then I have to. But anyway, I'm gonna do the pass through the next couple of days. Once I get the pass through, then I can start running antenna wires up here. Then I can just start doing my. I missed that. I haven't done my FTA. My FTA. I missed like the whole. I know Joe's be posting the 6-meter contact. I'm like, man, I got all my equipment. I got all my equipment down here. All my stuff here. Oh. 6-meter contact. I haven't got a chance to do any of that. Missing out on the season. FMDXing, nothing. Because I haven't run any wire up here. Like I see TV radio posting a whole bunch of FMDX. Nice. And you did that one with the Bahamas. That was pretty cool. Okay, you're going to get an ad in about 10 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm going to open this window up here. It's getting kind of, see if I get a little draft in here. Open this window. I put it like that. Yeah. All right. I was joking with my wife about that the other day. I was like, well, I'm kind of joking, but I was like, I have so much stuff here. I know. I want to get a window AC, but I'm using it downstairs in the basement right now, and I need it down there. Otherwise, donations. I'll get a small one right here. I can put a small one right here, but that has to wait because my wife has. When I have Windows AC, that's what we have here. This house is old. There's no central, it's all window AC. So my wife has one for my son. We have one in the living room downstairs because we need it there. That's our living room. And then I have one in the basement. I just put that one a couple of weeks ago. So because I sleep down there. I still do some. I'm still packing stuff down there and bring it up here. But right now, I want to put one up here, but I need to purchase one. For this room, even a 6500 BTU is good enough. It just to get rid of the humidity, keep it cool. That's the one that I have in the basement. I have a small one. It's like a 6500 BTU. Is it 6500 or 8000? No, it's 6000. I think 6000 BTU. That one is pretty good. That's the one I use in the basement. That one's fine. If I have that one here, it worked just as well. In fact, I used that one up here a few years ago. I had that one here for one summer. Because but right now I need it in the basement. Now if I buy another one, I'll put it on this window. Because this is double windows right here. I'm gonna put it there because this window is gonna be the one for the antennas. All the antenna wires are gonna come through this one. And once I put that, that's gonna be sealed. And I gotta, I'm gonna make a video on it so I can show you the pass through. Because I looked on YouTube. Nobody has even thought about making something like this. I've seen people make the MFJ one with the SO239 on both ends. I don't want to do all that. I didn't want to do all that. That's too much. I don't need to do that. I want something simple and I want something simple. I don't want nothing like a MFJ type with all these connectors on there because I want to run the wire straight into my switches and that's it. In fact, I think the longest cable run I'm gonna have is the longest cable run is probably gonna be I don't know yet. It's probably gonna be 75 feet, which is right now the NFET. But that's excuse me, LMR 400. I got a little slide here. What the hell? So that one is gonna be the LMR 400. I don't want to change that one out. I already have it. It's down there rolled up outside, so I just gotta bring that one up and put it right here. Boom, I'm back. The loops, though, I gotta reassemble them. Right now, I have them in the garage. I need to clean them. Mario Maker. Hey, my son. Hello, Mr. Mario Maker. Yes, that's my son. He's watching me downstairs. My son. Yeah, his channel is Sanjay Gaming. Yeah, God, before I did the live stream, he was asking me, Dad, what channel you gonna be on? I said, my radio channel, my Shortwave channel. He said, okay. So yeah, so but I'm gonna wait on it, man. Let me see. But it depends on how much I earn from here in the next month. But we already August is right around the corner, and then once we get to Labor Day, I usually take off my AC in middle September or late September. Yeah, usually by late September, I take the AC out my window because over here gets pretty cool, pretty quick. So, I don't want to buy an AC now. I'd rather buy it I'd rather buy it at a discount later on, and then next year I'll have my AC. Because of course, if you try to buy it now, usually they jack up the price now. So, but I'm definitely gonna get a AC for here because that one in the basement, I'm gonna keep that one there, and I'll get one from up here. So right now, I'm a little warm up here. I don't have the window wide open, but because I don't want to hear the street noise, anybody driving by, whatever. Plus, it is kind of humid. Can we just have rain? It's very humid today. So, Mario Maker. He surprised me with that name, Sanjay. Sanjay has all these little accounts now. Because he just got a new webcam. He has a new webcam. Eventually, we're gonna get him a gaming PC. He wants to stream. So right now we have it. Let me go to his, let me put his channel link. And let me put his channel link. Channel. So this is his channel link. And he did a few videos, but I have to edit it for him. And I bought a GoPro. Well, my wife bought the GoPro. I was testing it out, and I'm not impressed with the GoPro. I thought the GoPro was going to be nice. I'm looking for a new camera when I do videos, like outside videos and all that. The GoPro, I'm sorry, I'm very disappointed with the GoPro. Number one, the only reason I didn't like the GoPro because even though it does MP4, you have to buy a codec for it. Even though it's 99 cents, I mean, why do they make the format that you have to include another codec? My camera, my phone, 1080p, 60 frames per second, I can go up to. MP4, nothing special about it. It works on YouTube. That's it. I could upload it 1, 2, 3. The GoPro, it does MP4, and it does another convoluted format. I guess that's raw version of the video. But MP4 is not compatible with Windows. So you got to buy this plug-in, not a plug-in, a codec to use with it. So that means every computer that I'm going to work on, and I have several computers, I have to get the plug-in for each one, or the codec. Excuse me, I keep saying plug-in. The codec. That's not good. That's annoying. So I was very disappointed. So we're gonna send it back. Yeah, it was the GoPro Hero 11. So he bought it, and she bought it actually, and we were looking at, I was trying it out, and I was very disappointed. And I tell people all the time, because people ask me all the time, when you want to start a YouTube channel, should I just invest money or no? I tell people all the time, use your phone. And I'm telling you from experience, my phone camera works better than. No, I don't have an AC on my window. I have it in the basement. I need to buy one for here. So, yeah. So no, not yet. I'm still melting up here. So yeah. So I tell people all the time, especially if you got a new phone, like almost the latest phone, whatever. Your phone usually have a very good camera. In fact, it's usually better than a GoPro or a Nikon. Even my Nikon 5100, this camera is still better than my Nikon 5100 for video. I'm not talking about pictures. Pictures, the Nikon blows away this one. I'm talking about because of raw format. I'm talking about video. This one, and this is an older phone. This is already a few years, a 4-year-old phone now. You know, so if you have a latest iPhone, latest Samsung phone, you don't need a camera. You don't need to go get a dedicated camera. I will use the camera that you have on your phone, especially if you can do 4K. I mean, you know, I'm not doing 4K because for radio videos, it's not necessary. I think the minimum standard right now is 1080p, 60 frames per second. That's pretty good. 720 is already kind of dated. Excuse me. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't go lower than that. But you know, and every phone you have now can do that. So, and that GoPro was $400 for that GoPro, and it was, you know, we're sending it back. I was disappointed. Now, yeah, the GoPros are nice if you want to clip them on you and you want to go underwater and all that. But I wasn't planning to use the GoPro for that. So it made no sense. So I told my wife, you know what, send it back. This is it's not. I don't like the that you have to buy a codec just so I can view that video on my computer and edit it, because you got to edit it too. So it's not going to work. It's not compatible with Windows, which is ridiculous. Why? I don't know why GoPro did that. Instead of using MP4, make it compatible with what we have here on Windows now. I shouldn't need no other special, you know, codec. And I tried several, video plays like VLC, and they couldn't play that. They couldn't play it. So to me, that's not good. If GoPro makes that, I mean, it's just dumb. I'm sorry. I want a camera that it does MP4. Give me MP4 format, and it's compatible with my Windows computer, because that's all I have is Windows computer. I don't have Macs. I have old Macs, but I don't have anything new. Everything here is Windows or Linux, and I mostly use Windows for my editing. Like 99% of people use Windows, you know, YouTube, whatever, upload videos. And when you make a format that is not even compatible with what you have, it just doesn't work. Yeah. So hello, Robert Varner. Long time no see. Yeah, I'm better now. I was after July 4th. We had a whole bunch of guests. Yeah, I know. Sanjay, I know you're probably clicking on the smiley face like this. Yeah. So James Farley, no, I don't have the AC. I have one in the basement, but I need that one down there because that's where I sleep at. So I'm just gonna when I come up here, hopefully it's not so hot or humid. Let me see. Oh, never mind. So yeah, so eventually I'll buy one and have it here. No, we'll see. Because I had to I had to get some other stuff. I'm, like I said, I'm doing the pass through. I brought all my cables up here. I don't know if you've seen earlier. I'm building a piece of wood. Window pass through. I'm gonna drill a hole, put the PVC, and then put it on the window and run the wires through there. Of course, I want to sand this down first because I don't want it to look like this. So I already cut the wood to fit in the window. So I'm just gonna drill the holes. I got the hole saw. I received them yesterday, so I'm gonna do it. I was gonna do it today, but it's raining today. So we just had a thunderstorm. So maybe tomorrow or so. But before I do that, I'm gonna sand this down first. Before I drill the hole, I'm gonna make a video to show people what I'm doing. Kind of like an instructional thing, but you know, it's pretty straightforward. And then I'm gonna mount it on the window, and I'm gonna run a wire through there, and that's gonna be my pass through. So I can show people that okay, you can do this with a simple pass through. Nothing it doesn't have to be nothing like MFJ with the connectors on the one. I'm not doing all that. So yeah. So yeah, eventually I'll get air condition up here, and but right now, no. Plus right now I have to be careful because of course, good old Con Edison, they just announced they're gonna raise rates. We just went through the pandemic and they didn't raise rates for all that time. Now they want to raise it. Next few years up to 2025 is going to go up. Our utility bill is going to probably double within 4 years, 3 or 4 years. It's already going up. That's the other thing is, you know, good old Con Ed. And of course, over here now we got the congestion pricing nonsense. I don't work in New York City anymore. I don't want to work in New York City. A couple of companies all contacted me and asked me if I want to work in the city, and I really don't want to work in New York City right now. It's too crazy. It's too crazy. Now you have the situation with the migrants, like 80,000 plus migrants in New York City now, and they're hanging out in front of the buildings. There's a lot of issues going on, a lot of crazy stuff going on. New York City is really going down the hill. It's not safe. I wouldn't want to be on the subway and going to work and all that. I don't feel safe anymore in New York City. I really don't. I could get a ceiling fan. I'm thinking about putting a ceiling fan too. I'm thinking about it. I could put a ceiling fan there. But yeah, New York City. Let me open this window wider, actually. Yeah. Right now it's humid because we just had a thunderstorm. So it's really humid. And I only have a box fan all the way over there. And I have one here. So yeah, I'm telling you, Robert, it's really bad. I mean, that was the last straw when they bring in 85,000, and I when you see them riding scooters, I'm like, my thing is like, okay, where they get the money from to buy scooters and all that? I thought they were like, because there was an incident that happened yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday. There was a few of them hanging out, and I think they were throwing bottles or something. So a man went up to them and said, "Listen, can you please cut this out?" Unfortunately for the guy, they beat him up. They even threw him through a glass door. It's crazy. It's crazy. And how many emails I got? Oh, we got a job opening here in New York City. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not comfortable taking the mass transit and all that, because you can't drive in New York City. Once they put the congestion pricing, it's going to be $23. If I want to drive into New York City, it's going to cost me $23 if I want to go below 60th Street. They're just going to hit you with that $23. It's insane. So imagine paying $23 a day. $23 a day. What's that? Over $100. 5-day work week, right? Over $100 easily. 120, $125 or something like that, whatever it is. 120 plus, whatever it is, a week, just because I need to drive below 60th Street. So we're talking about $500 a month if I want to drive into New York City. It's insane. And they already lost a lot of people. A lot of companies left New York City. And this is just going to put the final nail on the coffin. Like they lost a lot of businesses because of the pandemic and because of the riots. So because of the riots and the pandemic, that's it. They lost a lot of businesses. So this is going to be the nail in the coffin. Who's going to want to go? Who's going to want to? It's like I don't. Anyway, I just can't comprehend that. I don't know what they was thinking on this. Other than just then and it's all about the MTA. Oh, we need more money. And I worked along MTA workers, and I'm gonna tell you something. When I was working with Kawasaki, I was working with MTA workers. Okay, with MTA workers. That talking about they always have a deficit. That's the most mismanaged company or whatever it is, corporation entity, whatever the hell it is, that I ever worked with. Okay, you hear about these people that they go on vacation. There was this one guy, he went on vacation and he was still on the clock. Like he was short, like somebody was signing in for him, like he was working every day while he was on vacation. Okay, it's the most mismanaged. They always need money. Like didn't we give them like a couple of $1 billion last year, the year before? So it's ridiculous. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I told my wife, I said, I'm done with New York City. I don't want to work in New York City. I'd rather work nearby here and do make less money. I'd rather work at a supermarket here and as a stock clerk than commute to New York City and earn more money. Because first of all, I'm not gonna feel safe. They're gonna raise the subway and bus. They're gonna raise it in September. It's gonna be almost $3, $2.90 for one ride, single ride, bus and subway. So we're talking about $6 a day for that alone. If I want to take mass transit, that's $6 a day. It's insane. $6 a day. Yeah. T-Ready 922. I seen some Twitter videos on how bad the migrant crisis is. It is even worse in European countries. Yeah. I know. Like in France. Number one example is France. And they had that warning for years. That whole experiment, social experiment on let's just let everybody come in here. Hey. It blew up in their face now. It's blowing up in their face. And this was happening now in New York City. I mean, Chicago too. All these cities now. It's not sustainable. It's not about against. Yeah, I know. I'm lucky I live here too, but we're getting to that point. We're too close. See where we are. We're still close to the city, and we're getting the remnants of that too. We're getting the remnants of that too. We're not all the way out there in the suburbs. We're like right there. Like the county line is only a couple of miles away. So, yeah. Modified MLA, so the big cities here in the UK also ruined too many people with issues out in the streets. I avoid them like a plague. Yeah. Sanjay, Papa. Jim's radio check. I'm in the suburbs of Chicago. No issues. Yeah, I don't know. Well, the suburbs, you look the same. I mean, this is considered a suburb, Yonkers, but we're very close to the county line, the city line, excuse me. It's a good, I'm going to say maybe 3 miles or maybe 4 miles. I'm going to say under 3 miles. If I go on South Broadway, I walk all the way to Broadway, and I go right into the Bronx. So I'm not far. I'm not far from the city. But yeah, it's T-Ready 1902. I'm lucky to live in the suburbs. Yeah. James Radio Chat. I walk around northwest side of Chicago all the time, and nobody bothers me. Yeah, I mean, I like when I lived in the Bronx before. I never had any, but with first of all, I'm older now. I'm a lot older. When I lived in the Bronx, we're talking about 15 years ago now. I'm a lot older now. Um, Also, the big issue we have in New York now is the cash bail, no cash bail or whatever, bail reform. You understand? Some people are emboldened now. Like they don't have the fear in God to get arrested. You understand? Like people are more emboldened to do stupid things now. Like when I was younger, there were certain things you didn't do. You didn't go into a Walmart and just grab everything and walk out. That was unheard of. You understand? That was unheard of. Now it's like the norm. That's the norm now. People go into a store and they just walk out with stuff. Yeah, I know. I noticed that too. Swordfish Radio. Hello. Hello, Martin. G7FTN. Yes, there is. We have a lot of people like that. And we have a lot of we're starting. We're getting like with LA. We're getting the tents. We got the 10 cities now. In Manhattan, they're getting 10 cities. I know in Brooklyn the BQE, which is the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. There's 10 city now. Now there's a 10 city there. I just saw it on TV this morning. 10 city. So we're getting that. We're getting that there. New York City. We're getting the 10 cities. So. James Farley, I see Jill's is having a few drinks these days. So goes the 1 year. Yeah, I know. So goes for the. It's okay. As long as you, I don't know, moderation. I mean, it looked like he didn't lose. It looked like he lost weight. I mean, yeah. Remember today? Yeah, it seems like too many people with issues. It seems like we have them. Thank you, Sanjay. You like the stream? Thank you. Yeah. That's really humid up here. Wow, it's really. Well, not the general because I've been busy with all this moving stuff and everything. I'm just gonna wait till after the summer and then I'm gonna look into the general because they just updated it. For the general, I know they just updated it. It was this month. So they just updated the general. So now I have to get the. Well, I'm gonna log into QRZ, see if they have the new questions. QRZ, they have this practice test there. So I want to see if they updated. They got the new questions for the general, and I'll start going through that because right now, my phone app, I need to check if they updated for the general because they just changed it. So I know I was thinking about taking it before they did the new test, but so many things come up, and so I'm just gonna wait till after the summer, and then hopefully by then I'll have everything here situated, and then I'll do that over the fall, maybe before the 1 year mark, because 1 year anniversary is coming up for my when I got my technician license. It was last September that I got my technician license, so maybe I'll do it for the 1 year anniversary. I'll try to get the general. Because like my Radio DX wanted to contact me, but I can't do 20 meters. And because I'm a technician, I am, and I could do FT at 10 meters. Oh, there's an ad. Hold up. I forgot about the ad. We get ads. So I know he wanted, we were gonna make contact. So that's why I want to get the general too. I'm kind of done with the 10 meter thing. I want to I need to get on the other bands. But like I said, they just changed the questions. I know they updated the questions now, so this is gonna be the new questions. Yeah, no, I know. Plus, I'm like I said, I'm moving the stuff up here. So once I get situated here, and then I'll be. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Right now I don't have everything hooked up. I haven't. It's been almost 3 months now since I used my. Yeah, almost 3 months since I used my transceiver and all that, because like I said, I started disconnecting everything down there. So I'm gonna have. I should have it by. No, I don't want to give a time now. Hopefully soon. I'll have the. Yeah. My son is having a lot of fun here. He's having a lot of fun in this chat. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like that was another thing that before I stopped, because I was moving stuff up here. Bank conditions was for, like, I know for the last couple of weeks before I stopped, bank conditions were really bad. So I was like, man, I couldn't even get I couldn't even get like a couple of contacts. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna. That's when I was studying a little bit for it, and I was like, I was about to call Paul and give him a day and say, listen, I want to take it on this day. But then all this stuff with the and so anyway, it'll be. I'm gonna look into it in the fall, because I have a couple. What's today? Today's the 25th. So second week of August, we're gonna go on vacation for a few days. We're gonna take our son to Hershey, Pennsylvania. So we're gonna be there for a few days, and then I think after that we might do another. We might go to Indiana in late August, and then of course Labor Day, and then back to school for him, and then we might. Well, we're looking at New Hampshire too. I think we're gonna go to New Hampshire, so we're gonna do a few things before that, and then because I want to enjoy the last month of I want to enjoy August. So I'm gonna try to be on, at least do live stream. I have videos I was gonna upload. I'm gonna do the window pass through. That's gonna be my next video, most likely. I'm gonna do the window pass through stuff. And then Sanjay. He's downstairs. In case you're wondering, he's downstairs in the living room at his computer. Mr. Mario Maker. So you're having a blast, aren't you? Okay, he's okay. My son is having fun. He's yeah. Yeah, well, we just got him a new webcam, so he's having fun with that. So he's itching to stream. All right, Sanjay, come here. Okay, I'm gonna have to lower the cam. I'm gonna have to lower the.
Too short.
I don't know, so you can. There you go. Say hello.
Hello.
All right. So y'all say hello, Sanjay. He went downstairs. Yeah, he's not to stream. He's been making videos and all that. We just got him a new webcam. We got him well, he got a better one than mine. He has a 4K one. So I was gonna borrow that one, and I said, nah, it's okay. I don't have fun with it. Plus, I don't want to stream in 4K. Who wants to see me in 4K? I don't want to stream too much bandwidth. It'll be too slow. I'm happy with 1080p. I'm happy with that. I don't need to go 4K. Nobody wants to see this guy in 4K. Okay, you don't want to see this in 4K. No, everybody will leave this chat on 4K. So he's been down there, recording himself, playing back his video because he watches other YouTubers stream. So I know right now I'm red. I shaved earlier. I'm like I'm irritated right now because of the heat. Hot. Danny Jr., Sanjay, yeah. Yeah, so he's having fun. So we're gonna get him a new PC. Right now, his PC is okay. His PC is faster than what I have, but he insists he wants a gaming one. So now we're gonna get him a whole setup. We're gonna get him one with 2 screens. He gotta have 2 screens if he's gonna have maybe get him one of these desks eventually. I'm okay, thank you. He went back downstairs. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm a little red right here, and you can see. My God, look at that! Wow, that's the heat. And I had that window wide open. It's just humid. Even though it's 72 degrees outside, it's very humid right now. Yeah. So he likes to record and he has his webcam. He's having fun. So he wants to go live. So I had to explain to him that, and plus his, my wife, she's always, I support that because, like I said, when I was a kid, I was very shy, and that can help, married to this, you know what I'm talking about. When we were kids, like I was that type of kid. I didn't want to be called upon. When I was in the classroom and the teacher was like, "Who wants to read this?" I would be like, "I don't want to read that. Please don't make me read out loud." But the fact that he's doing this is kind of good. Like kind of break out of your shell and have more confidence. Nothing wrong with that. You know, because you overcome these things. Like me, like I said, when I first started this channel, yeah, I was the same way. Married to this, I was very shy when I was a kid, and it took me a long time to. First few years of school, people thought I was mute. People thought I was mute. Like, why you don't talk, Danny? Why you don't talk much? And I was like, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just didn't. And it was around the 5th or 6th grade is when I started opening up. And then by the time I got to the 6th grade, oh my God, I couldn't shut up. This video's on fire. So yeah, maybe I was yeah. Now it's like, of course now I'm older. I don't care what, now I'm very opinionated now and I don't care. Like the other day, I had a discussion with somebody outside because they were blocking my driveway. And I told them, can you please move your vehicle? You're blocking my driveway. And all of a sudden they like cussing me out. And I'm like, no. I asked you nicely to move your vehicle. Now I'm going to call the police. And I call the police. And then, they settled that. And now when they see me, they look at me and I'm like, I don't care. Like you don't have to like me. As we get older, we don't care if people like you or not. Is it when we're young, we want to, when we're young, we want people to like us, or whatever. You know what I mean? When we get older, like me, I don't care if people like me when I walk down the street. You don't have to like me. I don't care. It's different. You're when you're young, you try to impress somebody or whatever. When you're older, like me, you know. Yeah, exactly. You know, like when I started this channel, I didn't show my face. As a matter of fact, my video, I didn't even talk. And then I did my first video that I was talking, and then that got good reviews. You know, that got more. I got comments. I think the first video that I was talking was the when I bought my radios. When I bought this radio, and it was my first vintage radio purchase, something like that, from eBay. I mean, not from eBay, from Craigslist. It was 3 radios that I had bought. My first 3, vintage radios, 2 old radios. And I was talking on that video, and I was like, you could tell I was like nervous. Um, 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 um. But then that video received good reviews. I mean, good comments. I was like, okay. And then I started making videos like that when I would, eBay purchase or Craigslist purchase or whatever. And those videos get more views than the ones that I didn't talk about at all. And I just trying a reception, because there's only so many reception videos you can do. I know Married to DX ran into the same dilemma. That there's only so many reception videos you can do, and then it gets kind of like repetitive. So you got to start covering other stuff or topics. And yeah. So I noticed that those videos, reception, they get they get views, but they don't get nothing like my live stream, or nothing like reviews or a tutorial. And those get more engagement. So I said, that's what I have to do. I have to do more of these. And then when I show my face, that took a lot. Because I was conscious about it for a while. But then I got to the point where I said, you know what? You're gonna go through life. What's that? Yeah, that was the first one, Sanjay. That was my first live stream. That was when that was with the laptop too. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly, Mary. I got bored too. Doing the same thing over and over. It's like you get bored doing the same reception thing over and over. And then and plus I always wanted to I have ideas. I have things I want to tell people. I want to contribute. So, and even just because I like watching people's, when somebody shows like their antenna setup or their shack, and they start describing everything, I watch those videos too. So even if I make a video on my setup or whatever, I think Dennis was one of the first. Sparkyzilla 85. He was one of the first ones that I used to watch his how he sets up his antennas. He's always experimenting with the inverted V, and then he add this to it, and then the following few weeks he adds more radios, and I see the progress. And I like those videos. I watch those videos all the time. So, and I can watch those videos a lot. Yeah. My ready Dix, I was mega shy as a kid, and it took me a long time to raise my confidence. Yeah. Robert Varner, the older you get, the less K you need. Yeah. Sanjay, you're really having fun here today. Sanjay's excited today in the chat. My ready Dix, the same. If I was still shy before, you would not have seen me on camera or hear my voice. And yes, confidence is getting older thing. Yeah, it is. And Sanjay posted my first live stream. Yeah, that was the one that I made in 2017. I think that one I went over the 400 subscriber mark. I remember I hit 400 subscribers. I think that one. That was a little over a year. No, not even a year. It was not even a year. It was not even a year. I went to 400. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Modified DX, I wanted to do something different because I was getting bored doing the same thing over and over. I also wanted to help others against. Yeah, exactly. Same thing. I want to help others in the hobby too. Yeah, because when I started this channel, I only had one radio. I had this radio. Where is it at? It's down here now. When I started this channel, I started with one radio, and it was this one right here. All right, doing receptions on it, and then that's how it evolved. And I had just got back into the hobby, which I wasn't even. Okay, I need to delete this program. This program is really annoying me. Let me close this. No, I don't want to run this in the background. Can you stop popping up that program? Okay. Yeah, I need to delete that program. It's a program that's very persistent. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to click away from me. And are you kidding me with this program? Finish. Can I? No, Dwayne, I did not complete my move yet. I had some issues the last few weeks. So I'm still work in progress. However, I did this disconnected all my antennas in the basement, and I took all the wire out, and I have it there bundled up. So I'm gonna do a window pass through in the next couple of days, and then I'm gonna start bringing my wires up here. Then I'll start setting up my transceivers here. So yeah, it's a program that keeps popping up here. It was a PDF thing that I'm gonna uninstall it after this chat. It just pops up my window and it takes up this whole thing here. It's really annoying. Wow. It's called Soda PDF. Please don't download that. It's a very annoying program. It's a piece of crap. It's garbage. And it's really popping up now, like to update. I keep telling you, I don't want to update. Close it. It's like persistent. Wow. Yeah. So that's what happened when I started with that radio, and then I started buying, all the radio because I always wanted to buy. I never owned a tube radio, so that's the second thing I said, man, because I saw another YouTuber that he had a nice hammer. He had a few tube radios, and he was I saw the videos. I just fell in love with a tube radio. I never owned one, so the first radio I bought was the Helicrafters, and then that's when I, now it's like acquiring all this stuff. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. And yeah, and the rest is history. And it's fun, but and when I got back into the hobby, I didn't know how it was going to be the channel because I did not pick up a shortwave radio for a long time, for almost 30 years. Like, not even 20, like 25 years. It was in the 70s that I used the shortwave radio all the way up to the 30 years plus. 30 years plus. So that's a long time. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Dwayne, I haven't I still got stuff to bring up. But the next step now is to hook up my antennas. And I'm gonna use this spot for my listening station. Because these just display now. If I'm gonna move here to listen, but I want to have my transceivers here and my CB, my scanner, and what else? Yeah, my transceivers and my scanner and my CB. Yeah, that's. And then my shortwave tabletop gonna be somewhere over here. My Kenwood and my Zygo. Not Zygo. No. Yesu. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So so I still got work to do. Like I said, after July 4th, I was out of commission for 2 weeks. I'm telling you, somebody must have whoever visits somebody must have brought something. And first it was the eye issue. I thought I had eye infection. Then I felt like I had a cold, and we all were like sniffling and sneezing and all that for like a few days. It's crazy. Yeah. So I eventually I'll get everything up here, and plus I still got to bring up. It's a lot of work. I have another shelf unit I have to disassemble, but that one has full of stuff. I got to take all that stuff out, disassemble this one. I got to bring it over here. I got to disassemble this one again. It's a lot, especially when it's hot and sticky. I don't want to be going up and down. I'm taking my time. I right now I'm looking forward to the fall. I'm already looking forward to the fall because doing this in the summertime, going up and down the stairs in the summertime, carrying all this stuff when it's warm and hot, is not cool. Oh, he's not. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. See, I even got the learning lab up there. I put it up there. I have that's another thing. I have boxes I gotta bring up here too because problem is the boxes, the moisture down there. Because when you buy all these radios, you got to keep the box. Like for my Yaesu and all that, my transceiver, all those boxes are in the basement. I got to bring them up because I don't want to ruin the boxes. So I'm gonna empty out these shelves. I'm gonna put all of my boxes there. Even this one, you can't tell, but that one you could tell it looks like a little like this humidity kind of warped the box. That learning lab, I had that for almost since 2000. Maybe me and Sanjay could learn. Maybe me and Sanjay could use the Sanjay, right? We could do learning lab. We could use the learning lab. Learn some electronics. Yeah, that's my son, little Mario. So Mario Maker, you got a learning lab right there for you. We can build a crystal radio together. Because that one, I believe you can build a radio, right? Let's see. I think that one you can build a radio. I only opened the box a couple of times and that's it. So I think that one you can build a. That's old. I had that but I need to. Yeah, Michael, Mickey, Mike. Yeah, I got that. I just got that. You got the K58. I have this one. Oh. This one. And I had someone reach out to me. They want to send me another one, but I already have it. It's a nice one. This is pretty cool. Let me cover so I can zoom in. Come on, zoom in. This is the one you have? Yeah, so I had a company reach out to me and they want to send me another one, but I already have it. So I said I didn't even reply to it for review. But I haven't even got time to play around with this one. Because I haven't had the time, man. All this. So they wanted to send me one of those, but it was like to review. And the email was in Russian, so I had to translate it. And I was kind of skeptical because it's in Russian. And I was like, I don't know, should I? And they keep sending me the email. They sent me it's like the third time they sent me an email. First, it was another radio they wanted me to review. And I was like, I don't know. And because the thing about those radios is I can only review so much on it. Yeah, exactly. It's like a bullfang. Baofang. I don't know how you pronounce that. Baofang or Bofang. So I haven't even got to play around with it yet. Yeah. Let me go up here. Okay, Dwayne, I've been looking for you. Yeah. This is the first time I've been on since the last time I can stream. Yeah, I know that too, Mike. Yeah, you can unlock the CB. You can unlock the CB. The CB band. That I know. There's a hack for that. So if you wanna, for CB, that was cool too. I know I saw that. I think Ham Radio 2.0 or somebody was they first because I had this radio I already have for a couple of months. So when it first came out a few months ago. Yeah, so I know he mentioned that it's a simple hack. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to open it up or anything. It's a simple hack you do on it, and you can unlock the I don't know, Sanjay. I don't know when the next one is gonna be out. Maybe hopefully sometime during the week. Yeah, I know. So I was skeptical because it was Russian, but then they had but I was like, and I'm like, I don't know. It was a supplier because this is not this is not they contacted me 3 times. The first one was they wanted to send me this radio, which I already have. That's the 5. But before that, there was another radio they wanted to send me, but I didn't like it. I was like, it was like not this one. It was another brand. It was smaller. I looked at it. It looked like a piece of junk, and I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not interested. I really don't want to review any more junk. Like Grado reached out to me, and they appreciate the input. Like the Gradio radio the Gradio that I reviewed. I said it, but the bandwidth was the filter was way too wide. It was like ridiculous. So they saw my review. They went over it with me. They said so. They did say they're gonna try to improve it. So they did take my suggestion that I said that I wanted. That I'll give you the review, but this is what you should improve on. So they're gonna try. The only issue they had was they didn't understand was the bandwidth. So I guess I need to clarify with them that they need to narrow AM mode. It's too wide. It's like 20 kilohertz. It's ridiculous. If you want to hear like for example, like I'm medium wave, right? If I want to listen to CBS 880, WCBS 880, right? On 860, I can already hear it clear. That's too wide. I'm sorry, and there's no way. I said, listen, this radio is basically unusable. I said, you need to fix that, and then I would have been a. But anyway, I told them the price was too high and all that. So they said they're gonna try to improve on it, and then they'll let me know, and maybe they'll send me another one to review. So and I really don't want to review radios that are gonna be like I don't want to waste my time reviewing junk radios. Even I'll give you another example, which I need to contact them about that. I didn't bring it up here. Oh, right here. Yep, this is the one. D109, right? Guess what happened to this one? It's broken. This knob is free now. It's spinning. Look. It says it's not working. So not cool. This wheel failed. It's just spinning right now. It's freely spinning. Like if I turn it on.
Nickel and dimed us for a while, and
All right.
car shield at the time.
Oh, the interference. Sorry.
All the time. And if the car
If I turn this, it's not. That's it. It's not working.
Car shield makes sure you don't pay for expensive car.
Okay, it's not working. That's it. It's broken.
Parts than ever before. Visit carshield.com.
Yeah, this is the second one they send me, and this failed. You can hear it rattling. It sounds loose, eh? It's broken. So not very relaxed. Nah, this is not a good thing. And I saw somebody posted on I can't remember which group it was on Facebook. Before it happened to mine, somebody had the same issue. This thing broke. His fell off, I think. So this is a weak point for this radio. I'm very disappointed. So, I'm gonna at some point, I'm gonna contact them and I'm gonna tell them what happened. I'm gonna say, listen, this is the second radio you sent me, and this failed now. This wheels, I can still tune directly, or I can use the arrows, but this wheel is gone. I was gonna open it and try to fix it, but I'm not gonna do that. I have another one and I don't care. But yeah. Be glad that you didn't buy it. Of course, they sent me this one. I didn't pay for it, but yeah. So that's another issue. The tuning wheel is crap. Yeah. So that is a major. That happened a week ago. A week ago, I was in the boiler room. I was tuning, and suddenly it just went loose on me, and I said, "Oh snap!" Sorry. Oh snap! And that's it. It broke. It just started. I said, "Okay, that's it." And I had just read that post like a few days before that, but I can't remember. I didn't read it. I just glanced through it. And then I saw that it happened to somebody, that the same issue. But I believe his fell off, I think. And I was like, wow, that really, that's not good. So now that it happened to me, and this is the one they updated. This is the new one. This is not the one with the glitch, the tuning glitch. This is the good one. I said, wow. And I was going to make a video on that and talk about it. And I didn't contact them because you know what? I already made my review. It's not going to change. But now I'm telling you guys now, and probably a quality control thing. I don't know if I want to open it and see if I can fix it, because it from what it sounds like, is maybe maybe has a little band in there, and maybe the band just came out. Who knows? Because there's no resistance now; it just runs freely. So that means that there's a little band, a rubber, maybe a rubber band or something in there, and it probably just broke. Yeah. Sanjay. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. I just did number 70. I don't know where you're getting 77 from. All right, Mike. Take care, Mike. So let me go back up here. Jim's radio check. Let me go back up here. Sorry. I hear the birds out there now. So Sanjay, Mama's gonna be home soon. She should be on her way. She'll be here soon. Seems like CB is dead around here. Yeah. I did the Noah short. Okay. I need to look into that. Radio DX and Danny. Yeah. Yeah, like my old profile picture had me and him. My old profile picture had me and him in the picture. Mike, I feel like my English manual is close enough to understand it, but it leaves me curious trying to accomplish something. Yeah. So you paid $23 for yours. Okay. Not when I think I paid about, it was around that price. I bought it from, no, I think I paid a little more. I paid almost Because I bought it on eBay because I didn't want to wait forever from AliExpress. I could have got it cheaper from AliExpress, but I just bought it from eBay, and I got it faster on eBay. Yeah, I got interested because of the general coverage. Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It has a pretty good. Yeah, Mike. I'm glad you didn't buy the radio. Yeah, but I already said the review on it that it overloads too. You know, it overloads too easily. And now you got durability issue now, so that's not good. If that thing failed, um, I know, but that can happen to any radio. I mean, I remember the D808. I know Oxford. When he first got his D808, like within a few months, his speaker went dead, and I still have my D808, and it works fine. So it could have been a random thing. I didn't like the wheel the way it felt anyway. Even when it was working, I didn't like this wheel. It was too, I don't like that fast tuning thing. I didn't like the wheel anyway, but so the fact that it failed now, like it would have really sucked if it didn't have no keypad, or these I can still use these, and I can still go back and forth up and down with these, and I can still use a keypad. If I didn't have that, then they would really suck, Yes, Andy. Mama's gonna be home soon, okay? All right. Thank you for participating. My son. All right, take care, Dwayne, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah. So, I'm disappointed that the thing failed on me, but I'm gonna try to. I may try to fix it. I may try to open it up and see if I can fix it. It feels like it could have been maybe there's a rubber band there that goes around the wheel and it goes to the tuning, and maybe that thing snapped off, or just whatever. Maybe it's that. Hopefully it's not something else, and maybe I could try to fix it. And if I try to fix it, I'll make a video on it to fix it. Yeah, he went back downstairs. He came up and paid a check. Yeah, he's 8. He's gonna be 9 in a few months, December. So it's a couple of screws here. I may try to fix it. Try to fix that wheel because it's still in there. So that means the wheel itself. I think it's a little band in there, something that just probably came out. And so let me see when I'm gonna be on again. We're not gonna be another month. It'll be soon. Because I want to do this window pass through. So I'm gonna make a video on that. Then once I do the window pass through, then I'm gonna run on my wire. The NFET is still set up. It's still hooked up. It works fine. The NFET. So that one I'm gonna bring the loops. I disconnected them completely because they're in the garage. I want to relocate them, and I still have to go to the roof, which I haven't done yet, to take down the MFJ that's up there. I'm gonna disconnect that one, and of course the Discord I want to move it. So that's a whole nother thing. And we'll see, because I don't know. It's been over a year since I went up to the roof. Since I climbed up there. Over a year now, I guess, since I climbed up that roof. Because the way I get up to that roof is there's a ladder right here on the side of the house. And it's a ladder. It's a steel ladder. Well, you've seen that on the videos. It's a ladder. It's just an anchored into the brick. You just got to climb up there. I can still climb up there, but there's going to be a point when I'm not going to be able to climb up there anymore. Not yet, but and of course I can't, I can still do it, but I can still pull myself up and climb up a ladder. Thank God, No, I'm not to that point where I can. Yeah, I know. Some of these, but like that rate in particular, like I said, they send it to me, and I know, and a lot of these radios are like that. They're you got either quality control issue, like the Gradio, forget it, man. They sent me that radio. I got that radio in the boiler room. I just use it I leave it on one station. I just listen to. But that radio, and they priced that radio at what it was. Regular price was $50. I'm like, I wrote to them. I said, I wouldn't pay $50 for this radio. I'm sorry. I know you guys sent me the radio. You want me to? I said, but my review is going to be fair and honest. And I told them, I said, this radio is way overpriced for $50. Even the $30 range is fine, but you need to fix that issue with the it was just too wide. But the sound is good. It has a good sound on it. So, but other than that, and like I said, I do the review to help them out because they one thing is like that, like for example, Eton, when they came out with that radio, and they just released it, and it has so many flaws on it. I'm sure they test out those radios somehow. There's no way they could send out a radio like that. But the problem is, I think the people that test it out, they don't know anything about radios. They don't. I mean, they got to know something about radios, but I think they're not they're not enthusiasts, maybe like us. So we can spot flaws. And that's another thing. When I get a radio, they sometimes they tell me, oh, like I see some people review a radio as soon as they buy it. I don't do that. I don't do that because that's not a fair review. I think you should have the radio for at least a couple of weeks. At least a couple of weeks, if not more. Excuse me. When you want to do a fair review of a radio, have it for at least a couple of weeks. Yeah, it is hot, right, Sanjay? So it's warm up here. So it's not fair to make I see people one day, 2 days they use it and that's it, they make a review. No. I gotta have it for at least a couple of weeks. And then, especially if I use it every day for a couple of weeks, because I'll know, okay, because when you buy something new, any electronic, and I learned this from computers, I learned this from computer technology. They call it burning. The first 48 hours is what they call burning. That means if anything is going to fail, it's going to fail within the next 48 hours. Then, anything you buy, you got to run it through the ringer for 48 hours, at least. So even if it's a solder or anything, cold solder, whatever, broken solder joint, whatever, if anything is going to fail, it's going to fail within the first 48 hours of that brand new equipment, whether it's a radio, computer, whatever. So always the first 48 hours. Then after that, regular use. So the first 48 hours, you put that sucker through the ringer. That means you leave it on the whole time. Like I do with the radios, I leave them on. I leave it on. I go to bed. I put a low volume. I let the battery drain. I want to see how long the battery's gonna last. I do all these things to these radios. I don't just review it like that. I put them through the ringer for a couple of weeks, and then I can give you my review. I've seen too many people do that, like 1 or 2 days, and then they're ready to review. No, I can't do that. That's not a fair review. At least a couple of weeks. Use it every day. And like I said, the first 48 hours, sometimes I'll leave it on all night. I'll put it low. I'll put it on a talk station. I'll leave it on all night, see how long the battery lasts, and and I get a real assessment of it. Because some reviewers I seen, they have the radio, they do an unboxing, and they review right there. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do an unboxing video and review at the same time. You just can't. I'll do an unboxing first, and then I'll say, okay, the next video is going to be my review, or there's no way you could do an unboxing and a review at the same day. There's no way. You can't. Because you have to put them through real world and different conditions, The D109, for example, that disappointed me when I put the loop antenna next to it. The minute I put the Turk next to that D109 and I got overloading, that thing failed. For me, it failed as a medium wave DXer. That's it. If you put this near that D109 and it overloads, then that radio is not a good DXer radio. That's it. That eliminated that possibility. Okay, then this radio is not good for for medium wave DXing because it's gonna overload unless you're gonna use it like that, standalone. But I like to use these too with my radios. So that failed. So that already took the fun out of that. It is sensitive, but this thing overloaded, and that was disappointing. So I had to try all these different scenarios. Put a long piece of wire with it outside with the reel antenna. Again, same thing. It overloaded. Okay, then I know you cannot use an external antenna. I didn't even hook up the MLA 30 to it. I didn't, because I knew that was just gonna overload it. So then I used it like that, standalone with the whip. Okay, this can work like this. But so that's why, and sometimes when they sent me the radio, I was using it every day for 2 weeks. And when I made that review, I thoroughly went through every scenario on that radio. And I knew within 3 or 4 days that radio is not going to be that good. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that good. But I tried to give it a benefit of the doubt, and I tried a few more times. I tried different. And I finally said, okay, that's enough. You know what? Let me review this radio. And that's it. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up because I am going to get ready to eat downstairs. And my son is waiting for his mommy, and she's going to be home any minute. And I want to be able to chill out for the rest of the evening. I'll be back soon. I'm going to do the window pass-through video, hopefully within the next couple of days, weather permitting. And then we'll see. So thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.